Hi, guys. Welcome back to the Anfield Dream podcast. Wow, I am absolutely exhausted. It took every last ounce of energy I'd saved up. Just the emotions, everything going on with that game. I don't even know where to begin, guys. I don't even know where to begin. It's just everything out the window. It's obviously the Max, would love to ruin anything, Liverpool are going to want to achieve. It's always been that way, always will be that way. And going the other way as well. So, but there's so many things from that I just have major issues with. A, the referee, right? This guy is not only from Manchester, he's a self-proclaimed Manchester United fan. And he is refereeing the Max versus Liverpool. Kind of curious, huh? Kind of curious. Some of the calls or lack of calls, oh my goodness, I don't even know where to start. Well, we knew we were always going to have it, be up against it, It always is. So we just get on with it, just get over it, deal with it, get on with it. Final section decision making is just the finest of margins. We should have put this game to bed again. This was the FA Cup 2.0, but this time we managed to actually draw it. The problem is we're in a title run, right? It's the top three are divided by a single point. Sound familiar, Liverpool? How many times have we lost the title by a single point recently? Goal difference is 2, better than the City. But the goal difference with Arsenal is 9. It's substantial. And I cannot stand the Gooners, and I cannot stand City. I can't stand anything out of Manchester. And I can't stand anything out of London. You guys know that. It's just how it is. Big game. Noticeably, once the substitutions were made, Harvey was very, very, very impressive. I mean, he just took it on. His vision, his passing, all of that. There are huge positives to take from this. Curtis, you can tell he's just coming off. He just wasn't up to pace. And his pace up to speed. He just wasn't. You can tell Sobo is still, getting back into game fitness. Salah obviously still getting back into game fitness. Gakpo wasn't as impactful. Seeing Endo come off, Nunes come off, is the final third just finishing so many times point blank in front of. It should have been. Oh my goodness! But I'm not about shoulda, coulda, wouldas. They did not finish. They did not finish. They did not finish. They were not clinical. In the back, in certain cases, when the pressure was against the goal. Kelleher is a great goalkeeper. He is not Ali. Ali is way more aggressive and assertive and makes his presence felt. We need Ali back, like yesterday for the running. We just do. So many times I was like, Kelleher, your positioning, dude, I get it. It's just not him. He has to position himself to where he feels he's best able to, impact the ball. But it's just Ali is just a different level, and he just is physically, stature, everything wise. He's just a different level. We need him back ASAP. Virgil did everything Virgil could possibly do. I'm concerned, man. He's been playing every single game. He needs a break, and now we have UEFA coming up right midweek. Robo was bombing up and down. He's still getting back into fitness. I'd say he's 50, 60. He's not the 70, 80, 90 Robo we've known from the past. He's getting back. He's older, but he's getting back to fitness, but he still is bombing up and down and causing issues. But there were times where I was expecting the old Robo to be there for the overlap, and he wasn't. I can tell. He was just tired. But still, he was very impactful. Connor, had his moments. Also a young guy, huge learning experience. But it's just, this is where, he had his moments, right? But Kwanzaa, my goodness. My biggest concern for Kwanzaa was, was he going to let that affect him? Too lazy, too comfortable, too casual on the back. It's just that. I mean, that caused so much momentum for the other. And once again, nothing against Kelleher. He got his fingertips to it. If it were Ali, just bigger stature, he probably would have stopped that Bruno, dink. But it just is what it is. Then you go into the midfield. I'm just looking at, tactics. We should have dominated that as well. And if you look at overall statistics, it'll show that Liverpool dominated the game. We just were not clinical enough. And it's just so much up front. It's just, we're very much still a work in progress. Very much so. Very much so. There's so many learning points, It bodes well, very well for next season. But the issue is, this is Klopp's last season. And so they're pushing themselves, they're playing out of their skin. They're forcing the growth. Right? They're forcing the growth. Sobo obviously did his thing, but also once again playing himself back into shape. McAllister, as always, the ever present, whether in 8, whether in a 6. McAllister, probably once again my man of the match. I have to give it to him from a Liverpool perspective. Ever present. Average always is just looking to feed, looking to intercept. How many tackles the guy made, man? Who else? Who else was? I mean, it's like I said. The game has absolutely exhausted me. So we had Sobo, and then we had who we had on the other set. Well, it was Maka Endo, and Curtis came on. Up front, Lucho, instinctive goal. It was great. Mo, once again, like I said, is just Mo is probably, I would say 40%, 40, 50, maybe close to 40. He is just not there yet. He is not the Mo that we know. He just isn't, guys. And, he is very robust. He very rarely ever gets injured. But when he gets injured, it takes him a little time. When he had that shoulder, it took him time to come back to game fitness. His brain is there. His mind is there. His heart is there. He wants to do it, but his body just is not there. So many times, old Mo, fit Mo would just, power through, kept the ball close, and so many opportunities. He would have put it. He would just put it. You would just when he one-on-one Mo was like it's going to be back than that. Now he's just dropped down to he's still very good, but he's not the Mo we know, and he can get there, but it's just we're running out of time for the season. Nunes, sorry guys, like I said, I'm still just struggling with health here. Nunes, my goodness, stretching as always, but it just, I don't know, something is just not, I don't know what's going on. It's just something doesn't seem right. Something does not seem right because he's usually extremely aggressive. I don't know if he's carrying, just nursing an injury or just running at 50, 60%. I don't know. Something doesn't seem right. So Lucho is only out. All I can say is, I know Diogo is supposed to be back in full training this coming week. But then again, he's coming back from a major injury, an impact injury to the knee, right? We need a clinical finisher. So, how quickly can he get up to speed? Trent also will be back this week, but he's also coming back again from a major injury, an impact injury, also on a knee, right? Most of our bad injuries this year have been impact injuries. It's not, there's a couple of odd muscle too, but the most of them. Ali also will be back. He'll be back in full training. Stefan will be back in full training. So we have, but it's just, they will still need, 2-3 games to get up to speed. And we only have, 7 games left now in the season? Oh my goodness, guys. So anyway, so how where it stands right now, we cannot afford to drop any more points. We have to maximize, but this was probably the most ridiculous game, left in our schedule. The only other ridiculous game left is Everton, because it's a derby. You know how those always are, nasty, but we should take care of them. And then as far as, at home, Tottenham, it's going to be revenge time for what happened, in the beginning of the year. And by then, it's the second, second last game of the year season. So we should have everybody, all the people, all the guys coming back, first teamers like Trent and Diogo and Ali and, all these guys, Stefan, all these guys should have, by then at least 2 or 3 games on their belt of game times. So, and the ones who are not getting back to shape with Sobo and Robo and Mo and all these guys should get back up to full fitness. And then hopefully, everybody else just steps up as well. But anyway, all in all, like I said, just exhausted. It's still very much game on. 7 more to go. All we can do is focus on the next one and the next one and the next one. It's Europa League next, and then back to the PL. So, all right, guys, that's all I have for you today. I know a lot of people are frustrated. I was frustrated. I was just screaming at the ref most of the game, just screaming at the guys, cheering them on, just pushing them on, and this is something that will stick with Kwanzaa. And he handled himself very, very well. I'm very proud of him. I'm sure he will never, ever, ever have a mistake like that again. He learns really fast, but it was extremely expensive. It was a very costly error. It cost a momentum switch in the game. But then again, the guys up front should have put this thing to bed in the first half. We got to be clinical. Whatever it is, the next training session, if any of you guys out there are listening, I know Klopp wasn't happy. Everybody is back to the basics, is back to shooting practice, under pressure, shooting practice, under pressure, 3-on-1, 4-on-1, but find a way to get that ball in the back of the net, under pressure. All right, guys, you'll never walk alone. We're still in this. We're in this to win this. And 7 games left. Yeah, there's a bit of a goal difference. But, Liverpool is very, very careful. The average is 3-1, 4-1 the entire season. They can easily make up those numbers and get them much closer or even go ahead. They just got to get it done. 1 game at a time. Let's go. You'll never walk alone.